What's going on, guys? The Barber here, back again with another video. And in today's video, from the thumbnail you can tell, we're actually doing a review of my station, the tools that I use, the products that I use, what I like to use those tools for. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into that video. Alright, so the first tool we're going to get into is my Dyson blow dryer. I absolutely love this thing. I wasn't sure about the price tag on it, but I happened to get a deal. That's one of the good things about being a barber. You use your connections in the shop. Got a good deal on it. Well worth it. Would not go back to any other blow dryer. Cuts down on your actual blow dry style like time that it takes you to do. Gets very hot, especially with these texture tops right now. The diffuser attachment with this is amazing. I highly recommend it. I use this on every client, whether I style their hair with it or I'm just blowing hair off of their shoulders or whatever. It's absolutely perfect. Highly recommend. Next up is going to be the Babyliss Gold Foil Double Shaver. This thing is another time saver. It's a heavier shaver, so if you haven't used one of these, it mows through that bald section. Because of that weight and the double foil, you can just come up through there. I think honestly it cuts almost in half the amount of time it used to take with the Andis shaver. So I highly recommend this one as well. So the first clipper up is going to be my Cordless Senior modified with the Andis Master Blade, and I have the ceramic cutting blade on there. I've also got it comboed with the clear case on the outside and the Tomb45 Eco battery. Hands down, definitely need to get some of those back in tune because I'm in need of probably 2 more at least. Also, you can see the power clip on the bottom there. And what I'm trying to show you here is this particular clipper. I try to keep it pretty zero gapped. That's what the ceramic blade is good for anyways. But this is what I use predominantly when I'm cutting coarse hair or black hair. I use the Andis purple guards and absolutely love it. That combo with that battery is amazing. So the next clipper up, it's a standard Magic Clip body. I don't have the Eco battery in it, although I do want to get one once they come back in. I have the power clip on this one as well. But what I did different with this one is I used to really like using the fast feed for the simple fact that I really like the open section. It's about as open as you possibly can get a clipper, in my opinion. I definitely could be proven wrong. So what I did was I used the Magic Clip body, ceramic cutting blade, and then I actually put a Wahl fast feed blade on there, and I'm just trying it out, seeing how it goes. And so far so good. I mean, it's working nice, and it gives me another clipper that's a little bit more open than that zero gapped Senior to be able to use those purple guards. So probably the workhorse at my station is going to be this Wahl cordless metal Magic Clip. I use this on at least 60+% of the haircuts that I do. I have the fade blade on there, and I just recently picked up the ceramic stagger tooth blade that usually you think of when you think of Magic Clips. Some people can tell a difference between the way a standard cutting blade cuts and then the stagger tooth. I wanted to try it out, got it in. I absolutely love it. It cuts like butter. They're quieter. The blade stays cooler just because it's not metal on metal. It's that ceramic on metal, so it stays cooler longer. So these are a couple of things that you could definitely look out for. The ceramic blades are obviously a big deal on my station. So my workhorses as far as trimmers are concerned is going to have to be the Babyliss FX trimmers. This is the silver edition, but I didn't like the blade that came on the silver. It's the deep tooth blade. I didn't like the way you couldn't really glide it across the skin. It didn't work very well for me as far as scooping through the bald section, so I actually took the gold blade off my original gold pair, put it on the silver FX body, and these things are fire. They are cutting through everything. They're putting sharp lines on everything. Cannot go wrong with this combination. Now what we're going to talk about is the actual power clips themselves. So basically you go to Tomb45.com or some of the other providers that Tomb uses as well to sell them. You can get, I think, the Babyliss FX clipper, the Babyliss FX trimmer, the Wahl Senior, the Wahl Magic Clip, the metal Magic Clip, and then the metal Senior. And I'm sure I'm missing a few more of the detailer, which is one that I'm looking to get here soon. You can buy the power clip here. All you do, slap it on the bottom, fits right on there. It doesn't have any weight to it hardly at all. I don't think you really even notice the additional length. Use your clipper just like normal. Basically what I'm showing here, I turned it on. I'm gonna set it down, and the moment I set it down, you can see it starts to charge immediately, and that's because of the Tomb45 power mat. It comes with one charger built in on the left side, and then you can buy additional pads for your other clippers, which are what the 3 black pads are there to the right of it. And then it comes with a built-in spot for the beam team compressor, but it can also be used to charge your phone. If your phone charges wirelessly, you can charge any one of your other clippers. You just kind of have to angle it and set it over there. On top of that, the beam team spot. So you can get up to five charging spots on there, and that's what I ended up doing here. Although I do have a beam compressor on the way. I'm hoping actually it may be in today or within the next couple of days. But yeah, like I said, I turned that clipper on just to make sure that it took a little bit of the charge out, made sure that the adapter was on there nice and snug, set it down on the mat, immediately it starts charging. Now this is a loaner from Sean Cuts Hair. This is his one of his beam team compressors that he has. These things are amazing. Color enhancement's a big thing in the industry right now, or at least it's a growing thing in the industry. And Tomb45 in combination with Beam have come up with a amazing tool here that it's a cordless compressor that builds its own air pressure. I had a corded color compressor, and this thing beats it even though it's cordless, and it's got a built-in charger into it, so no wires whatsoever, no chargers. And you have to combo that beam team compressor with the Sean Cuts Hair color enhancement card. This will get all of your angles perfect, 100% consistency every single time. It's got your corners, it's got the angles. No more using business cards and wasting those. That's a waste of time, guys. Check out this Sean Cuts Hair color enhancement card. So I unintentionally actually left these out. That's because they weren't on my power mat, and I don't have the power clip for it yet. I'm waiting to get that in. As soon as I do, they will be on my station. They won't get overlooked. But this is the newest clipper in my set. It's the Wahl cordless detailer. This is what I set my bald lines in with. Flick out. It's what I use for kids. Absolutely love them so far. They're doing exactly what they're designed to do, at least for me, anyways. Now on to shears. I still have my Hitachi Hanzos. This is the Talon, I believe, 6-inch. This is what I use, obviously, to do any type of point cutting, any type of actual shear work overall. And I haven't had much issues. The only issue we have in our area is actually getting a rep out to get them sharpened. I also have the Hitachi, I don't remember the name of this one, but this is the 40T blending shear. I use these a lot just in the Prado Ridge area just to soften blends up. I don't use them on the top very much because they do give a very it makes the top real spiky, not spiky, but poofed out, and you get a lot of stray hairs everywhere. So this is more or less for the sides. You're really wanting to just soften the blend up a little bit. And then this is the 13T chunking shear or point cutting shear, however you want to word it. You can come through here and really you can do like you would with the normal set of shears if you were going to blunt cut across, and you can take a chunk or a swipe through it with these, and what you're going to do is you're going to remove some hair, but you're also going to texture it at the same time. So those are a nice little option as well. As far as razors go, this is the exposed blade razor that I have in my arsenal. It's a heavier metal, so it really cuts through the hair pretty easy. This is what I use most of the time on lineups just because of the exposed blade razor. And then here is more of a safety razor. This is for whatever reason, which I don't have very often. I use this on hard parts, or I use it sometimes if I have to shave a larger area. The blades have ridges on them, and it's basically designed to push the skin down, leave the hair raised. It's very sharp, of course. It'll slice you wide open if you're not careful. But that's the razors that I use. Auster flat top combs are a must at my station. I use a lot of clipper over comb, and as a safety mechanism for myself and for my clients, of course, I like using the flat top comb because the width of the teeth are just as wide as the teeth on the actual clipper themselves. So it eliminates that chance of you gapping. Not eliminates it, but it very much decreases the likelihood of you gapping somebody. And of course you have the white and the black to help contrast with different color hair so that you can really see the difference in, you know, the hair coming through that comb. This is my styling comb. I use the fine tooth side to really work the pomade into the hair and then actually style it with that wide tooth side. And this is just a recent addition to the station. Anytime I'm doing spritz on somebody's lineup, face shield, you know, especially kids, you know, keep that hairspray out of their eyes. As far as product goes, Elegance just switched over to what's called level 3. This is their matte paste. I didn't really like the Elegance matte paste before. This is a different formula, and honestly, especially in my hair, I absolutely love it so far. You got to have cool care at your station to keep your clippers cooled off and disinfected. Hairspray for styling and for lineups. Level 3 has a aftershave cologne which smells amazing. Got to have oil at your station, of course. This is recently addition to the station as well. This is the Tomb45 styling texture powder, volumizing powder, I guess. Very dry look, nice strong hold, and perfect for those, you know, texture tops that are popular right now. To go along with the Beam Team compressor, of course, you got to have color. Nowhere else to look but Tomb45.com for the Tomb45 no drip. You got the onyx black and the black brown. Just about works on most clients. It's just a matter of how you use it. You can definitely overdo it if you know what you're doing. Both of those will work for just about every skin tone. And then of course, my shave gel of choice right now is the Tomb45 shave gel. Stuff works in very nice. Razor glides across there perfectly fine. Give you a nice sharp lineup every single time. And then of course, I got rid of my air compressor, so it's back to the canned air. Clean off my clippers as often as I can. Make sure you get in behind those blades. That's one of the most places that hair bulks up. But guys, make sure that you check out that Tomb45 power mat. You will not regret getting that. Like the video if you liked it, guys. Dislike it if you didn't. Consider subscribing if you're new. Enable those notifications. That way you never miss another video from me. Sunday and Wednesday is the schedule as always, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know if you did. And until the next video, guys, I appreciate it.